that. It's not quite flat. There's a mill difference in it. So I'm putting the mill packer under one side of it. Pre-drilled it. I couldn't find any decent hardwood, so I found an old cheese board in the fridge. Looks like oak to me. Let's go for it. That drill bit is fucked. Anyway. This is going to be very unstable.
It's not
2. Okay, back indoors. What I made last night, the resin template, what I used to route these blocks. There you go, just pop in. Yeah, it's pretty close. So that'll work out lovely for panels or access panels. I've decided not to chamfer this because I might want to put something in the back of this later, and I want to put the veneer on, and it was going to be too awkward. I'd have to make a well flat and then a jig type thing ramp to make sure all the veneer is stuck down. So I want to get the veneer on maybe tonight. Gorilla Glue, and I'm pretty much just going to go for it. Right. I know people love to spread this stuff around, but honestly, it spreads everywhere when it expands. It's great. That will be solid all over. It doesn't have to be like PVA where it has to be in contact with everything. Like, now, I just put some weight on it. I haven't really thought ahead of this. I'm gonna, one young box of drill bits. Give that 20 minutes and have a cigarette, beer. Plane that down, route in for the humbucker, and get the veneer on, hopefully. Well, we're back. I've got about 10 minutes that I'm allowed in order to trash the place before she gets back. Guitar routed out for, I have videos of it, backfilled. I don't have video of me routing out that, but you all know how to do that. Things I remember, I was told they were 11.5 millimeters, but that might be depending on the posts and stands you get for the Tune-o-matic. That was a 12.5 mil hole. I've drilled out, again, no videos, but unimportant. The important bits will be creating the cover slip for that, which I'm going to do 100%, do the templates in resin as I did for backfilling this, which seems to have worked very, very well. I've had other ideas to make the router more stable, and I'm going to do that. So this is where I'm at, and I have no idea where I've put the wood glue. Ugh. Right, Evo stick. It's the interior. I normally use the exterior stuff for things like this, but again, we're saying I'm running on whatever I happen to have around or whatever the cheapest stuff is. B&Q the other day, 50 pence. Can't get it. I didn't even bother buying a tray. So we're going to go the old-fashioned way and see how we get on. Okay. I think that might be enough on that. Not enough. Not enough. I like more. I like more glue. Yeah, I'm definitely glued up on that side. Definitely. And then I glue up this one. Yep. Oh. Ooh. It would have done no harm really to dilute this one a bit. Might soak into the veneer a bit better and make it a little bit more flexible. Bear in mind this has been sitting in the flat for a few days since I got it, so I'm trying to be careful. Now, I know my videos are quite boring for people who do this, and there's so many more videos out there, guys, that I watch all the time. But the difference between me and them is all those guys know what they're doing. I'm just winging this shit. And if they work, which I know keeps me going on these things, if they work, they're an added bonus. Okay, I'm sort of good to go with that one. Right, I want to measure. Where the hell is my tape measure? I've got about 1,000 of them. You'll do. Thank you. I'm just going to measure the center of these for whatever the reasons. Let's say 30 mil and 135. 30 mil and 135. I'll write that down somewhere in a second. Now, this is where I'm going to have to get creative. To do this, this, and now for my pièce de la résistance. These are pretty heavy bastards. Now, I don't think that'll take long. Out of guess, what time is it now? It's just after 12. Out of guess, it's just after 1, 5 past 1. At 2 o'clock, I'll be lifting that up. and maybe as soon as 3 o'clock trimming off the excess and putting the apertures back in, the post holes, the control cavity, the switch cavity, and the 2 pickups. What did I forget to mention? Yeah, where I put the switch at the front bottom horn, centered on the front pickup, the neck, centered on the neck pickup of the humbucker, if you get what I mean. I think it's the north pickup of the combination. I went from the control cavity with that, which was a bit nerve-wracking. Like I said, I'm working with what I have lying around the place and what I can get as cheaply as possible. Okie dokie. That's it. Okay, similar thing. It's a piece of burl that I saved from earlier. It's crinkly. I'm not sure this will work. I'm going to have a ridge and stuff here, and I'm going to have to put binding around there, and I may have to hand cut in the binding. Definitely in this area. There's no way I can get the router up there and get it accurate. But I think it'll be okay. Worst case scenario, I stand to it. I'll decide the headstock shape after. This is the way the neck kit came. So I'm just going to shape it to this for now. And it might look cool. I mightn't shape it at all, or I might just put a little fucking V in it or some shit after. Who cares? Right? But again, exactly the same within reason. In fact, this time, because of volume, I've already got a saturated brush, so maybe I'll just do it this way. Okay. Sweet. Very gently. Lining this up again. I could probably scalpel this out after, but I don't want to. I want it to sort of be accurate. Now, where did I put that? Right beside me. And no harm, one more. Now, what to do here? I have one more clamp, but I think this tape will do it for now. I tape that edge down. there. And yeah, I'll just put a little something there. Probably, actually, rolls of this. Oh, stuff I had lying around. This is what the veneer came wrapped in. Let's see, how fat would I have to go with that? That's probably a bit much. A little bit tighter. Yeah, that'll be perfect. I just got to clamp that. Okay, well, my clamp is next door, so I got to go get it. So I don't think you need me to see me putting the clamp on. Okay, talk to you later. All right, guys. Right, so that's the veneer on, waiting for it to dry. Time to start thinking about colours and stuff and what we're going to do. And I mentioned earlier on I'm going to use printer ink. The reason being, I have so many stains and all that sort of stuff, again, in storage. And I can't really get them. It's too much work. But ages ago, I ordered from these guys, BVH Direct. I'm 99% sure that was via Amazon as well. I'm going to go through my Amazon history and order more. And it is printer ink, because I had this mad idea I was going to start refilling my own cartridges. Cyan, magenta, yellow, and the K, black. The base, I got 100ml per bottle, so I got 300ml of black and 100 each of cyan, magenta and yellow, and helpfully 4 of those. Now, I've been sort of looking up the different colours, because all I need is the CYMK value of any particular colour, and then that gives me the percentages, the K being the base, the black. Working out some percentages, you work out into milliliters, and you come up with your colour in a big pot and stir it together. I'm going with lime green. I can't remember what it is offhand, the colours. I'm not using one of them, I can remember that. There's a 0 in one of them. There's got to be lime green, so there's got to be blue, and it's got to be cyan, and probably yellow, no magenta. But anyway, initially, I've got 300ml, it should be enough, but I was going to go up to WH Smith on the off chance and buy black pen ink. Now, I know there's a danger, because I don't know whether this is water-based or oil-based. I don't know enough about ink to know, and I don't know whether the pen ink that I would get, you get your bottles of pen ink for your old fountain pen type things, and with the pump on them, I don't know if that is oil or water, and I don't know if they'll mix together. Now, the reason I want to use more black is because obviously as soon as this is all lovely and ready and I got the binding and all on, which is going to be, looks like very shortly, possibly tomorrow, the binding should be on, then I'm going to use pretty much loads of black to stain the whole guitar, with the exception of the neck. But definitely the headstock, the body, back and front. Mightn't do the back just yet, because I want to do the switch cover as well. But I'm definitely doing the top, and then sanding off. And then when you sand it off, the black stays in the loose grain, so you get that aged vintage look. And in the tight grain, you get loads of areas where hopefully it doesn't soak too deep. Now, this works very, very well with water stain and with spirit stain, or wood dye as it would be called in a shop. But I don't know if it works so well with ink, so this is going to be an adventure again to see how we do with that one. But once you have that aged look, that should pop the grain enough and gives you an extra dimension. And then we'll move on to the lime green. Now, what I might do is pick out 2 shades of green, because that can give you depth. Again, we're looking at a staining level, and maybe feather one into another, so it gives you kind of an added depth. If I get them fairly close, so I'll get lime green and then I'll look at a color chart and see what's fairly close to it but will still contrast, and mix up a batch of that as well. Maybe burst it a little bit, maybe not, maybe just mix it together, put on one, maybe sand it off, like put on the darker one, sand it off lightly, and then put on the lime green fully and leave it on. And then we should be ready for the stencil and my spraying. Cans wise, I am probably going to have to get cans of spray because I don't have any. So I found the glow in the dark stuff. That's easy. I found that in B&Q, is the Rust-Oleum glow in the dark, but they're only small cans and they're not that expensive. So I'm going to use that for the fluorescence. But with regards to my black, I want a matte black zombie on it. And then obviously I want a high gloss protective finish. It's looking like Halford's for their car paint stuff. I think that should do it. Obviously I'm going on the grounds that all this actually works and I'm not sanding everything off right back to the hardware. Build the thing by the weekend, maybe Monday, Tuesday. I don't know if I'm working Monday, Tuesday, in which case if I'm back to work, this is going to take almost as long as the mandolin did sooner. But if I'm not back to work full-time all week, yeah, we can get this up and running fairly early. Get it plugged in, get it sorted out. I'm still trying to get my head around this push-pull pot wiring. I am not electronically minded. Yeah, I'm not. I'm trying to trace with it. None of it makes sense to me. I figured out the difference between coil tapping and coil splitting. I'm definitely coil splitting, but there's all a risk. Anyway, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. All right, boys. Ciao.